Let me tell you about the summer I was doing everything right. I was waking up early to squeeze in workouts before a full day with friends because God forbid I ate a burger without earning it. I'd show up to the beach or a patio smiling and pretending to be carefree, but the whole time I was stuck in my head, counting bites or calories so I could put them on my app later, worrying if I looked bloated, wondering if my arms were toned enough. And one time at a work barbecue, I ate more than I'd planned, just like any normal person might do at a social event. But instead of enjoying it, I spent the entire time consumed by guilt and promising myself I'd make up for it in the gym the next morning. And I did. I punished myself for that meal with a brutal workout, convinced that it would fix what I thought I'd done wrong. Now, before you applaud me for my discipline, let me be clear. I was miserable that summer. Despite all the effort and obsession, never once did I feel like I was enough. That's the thing about the summer body myth. It promises confidence, but it keeps you stuck in shame. Welcome to Unbodied Love, where we're rewriting the rules around food, body image, and self-acceptance. I'm Dr. Meredith McKenzie, therapist, coach, and your guide to a life free from diet culture and food guilt. If you ever felt stuck in the cycle of binging, restricting, or struggling to feel at home in your body, you're in the right place. Each week, we'll explore emotional eating, body image, and joyful movement through solo episodes, expert interviews, and real-life coaching sessions. Because your body is not the problem. This is your space to learn, heal, and finally break free, and to discover what it means to love the body you're in. So where does this whole idea of a summer body even come from? Why are we still talking about getting beach body ready like it's some kind of seasonal ritual? The roots of the summer body go way back. In the 1950s, as bikinis gained popularity, women's magazines began running headlines like "Slim Down for the Sun" or "Your Tummy's 10-Day Makeover." It wasn't about health. It wasn't about how you felt. Definitely not. It was about how you looked, specifically in a swimsuit, on a beach, being watched, being an object for others to ogle and judge. Fast forward to the 80s, and we got into the aerobic boom. Jane Fonda, Thigh Masters, spandex. Fitness wasn't about strength or stress relief. It was about shrinking yourself to fit into a culturally idealized mold. And every spring, the pressure ramped up. Countdowns, detoxes, get toned in 30 days. And you could feel the message between the lines. You have 3 months to become acceptable, or don't you dare wear anything revealing this summer. You better be uncomfortable wearing body-covering clothing in the sweltering heat if you don't look good enough. Then came the 2000s, the tabloid era. Remember those best beach body covers? Paparazzi shots of celebrities in bikinis rated and ranked like they were contestants at some sort of fair. And here's the kicker. Most of them still got criticized. You're too curvy, too flat, too pale, too anything. And it taught us something dangerous. Even if you win the summer body game, you're still going to lose. Today it's Instagram reels and TikToks with summer body shred workouts or glow up challenges. Even the wellness world gets in on it, talking about resets and cleanses, but it's really all the same shame, just rebranded. And why? Because there's money in our insecurity. The weight loss and beauty industries rake in billions every year by convincing us that summer is a test, and our bodies are always going to fail that test. They sell us the lie that joy and freedom and fun, all those memories that you're hoping to make with your friends at the beach in your bikini, have to be earned through restriction. So the messaging is everywhere. But how does it actually show up in our lives? Well, it starts subtly, maybe in March, April, with ads for juice cleanses and gym shred challenges. Suddenly your inbox is filled with flatten your belly workouts and summer-ready recipes. Your algorithm starts pushing influencer videos labeled "what I eat in a day to get beach ready." And before you know it, you're back in that old routine. Maybe that's cutting carbs, drinking more water to curb your hunger, dragging yourself to workouts that you hate, but telling yourself that it's just what you have to do. Maybe you start compulsively body checking in the mirror or pulling out old summer clothes to see if they still fit and spiraling when they don't. There's anxiety about an upcoming pool party or family photos, the often unspoken panic when shorts come out of storage. That voice inside your head whispering, you should have started working on this sooner. Does it sound familiar? For so many women, this pressure isn't just seasonal, it's cyclical. Every spring becomes another round of fixing ourselves. And even when we do hit some arbitrary goal, the shame doesn't go away because it was never really about our bodies. It was about the belief that we weren't good enough unless our bodies met some fleeting, ever-changing ideal. And that belief, it takes a massive emotional toll. This kind of body preoccupation can wake up old disordered eating patterns. It can create shame around food and fear around social events and guilt around everything else and guilt around needing to rest. Because coinciding with this, our lives often ramp up in the demands around the same time. School has exams, or if you have children, they're ending school and you're making plans for them for their summer activities. And the routine that you typically live in and experience some form of safety just goes a little bit more chaotic in the summer. It leads to emotional burnout, not just from the dieting and the over-exercising, but from constantly feeling like your worth is on the line. You start to wonder, will I ever be okay with my body? Will I ever be enough? And I want to pause here and say, if this is you, this is not your fault. It's not you not measuring up to this elusive standard. You're just living in a culture that profits off your body insecurity. The more you dislike your body, the more you will buy their products and the more they will make. So let's talk about the truth. There's no such thing as a single ideal summer body. If you want to go put on a bathing suit right now, you have a summer body. Bodies are not trends. They're not problems to solve. They're not projects to prep for a season. Bodies shift and change with time, with stress, aging, parenting, illness, healing, hormones. That's not failure. That is life. And the cost of chasing the perfect summer body, that is steep. It can steal your joy, your presence, your energy, your connection with yourself and others. Now imagine this instead. You put on the swimsuit, not to impress anyone, but because you want to jump in the lake with your kids. You say yes to the barbecue and eat what looks good, not because you earned it, but because you deserve to enjoy your life. You move your body because it feels good, not because it's punishment for what you ate. You laugh with your friends, you go for ice cream after dinner, and stop missing out on your own life just because your thighs exist. That's what summer could feel like without the shame. That's what you deserve. Last summer stands out to me as a major contrast to that disordered eating summer that I previously mentioned. My son and I, we played at the playground, like literally every playground we could find within a 30-minute radius. We went for walks in the evening and stopped for ice cream. I wore a bathing suit under my clothes, like not to make a statement, just in case we passed a splash pad. I wanted to be ready for life and not for judgment. I didn't wake up early to earn my food. I didn't punish myself after meals. I just lived. Motherhood has taught me to slow down and to be present even when it feels hard. And I know it is cliche to say, they grow up fast, but it's true. And when I watch my son, joyful, curious, so completely unself-conscious, I realize just how loud diet culture still is in the back of my mind. I want to protect him from diet culture as long as I can, and I don't want that voice to ever take up space in his. Even when I think he's not listening, I know he is, so I'm working on myself, not just for me, but for him. Because I want him to remember summers by the adventures we had, and not by what I refused to eat or how I critiqued my body in the mirror. And even more than that, I want to be the kind of person who shows up in her life. I want to be in the photos. I don't want to miss the moment because I'm stuck thinking about calories or cellulite or how my stomach looks in my jean shorts. I want to be someone who leads with joy, with softness, with self-respect, that I'm fully living in that moment and demonstrating that for my family and my kids. And so I'm going to keep doing the work, not just for me, but for him and now my daughter. Because if I can live a life free from food guilt, from body shame, from the trap of that summer body lie, maybe he and my daughter will grow up knowing that there's never anything really wrong with their bodies, or with mine for that matter. If you're feeling that pull right now, that pressure to get your summer body in check before the season begins, I see you. I've been there and I know how convincing that pressure can feel, but let me offer you this truth. Your body is already a summer body. It's a body that deserves joy, ice cream, Sunshine, softness, movement, rest. It doesn't need a transformation. It needs trust. So as we wrap up today, I want to leave you with a simple, but I hope powerful invitation. Take a moment to reflect on your past summers. What do you remember, really? Was it joy, spontaneity, connection, or was it shame, restriction, and constantly feeling like your body was a problem to fix? Now ask yourself, how do I want to feel this summer? And what would it mean to show up in your life with confidence that isn't tied to the size of your jeans or the number on the scale? If you're ready to break the summer body cycle for good, I'd love to support you inside one of my programs. One Body to Love is my signature coaching program for women who are ready to stop binge eating, heal their relationship with food, and finally feel at home in their bodies. And if you're looking for something that you can start right away, Food Freedom in a Weekend is a self-paced course designed to help you step out of diet culture and into a way of eating that actually feels like you. You can find both these linked in the show notes. And if this episode spoke to you, I'd be so grateful if you shared it with a friend who's stuck in the loop of this summer prep right now. Sometimes all it takes is one conversation to plant a new seed of self-compassion. That's it for today's episode of One Body to Love. I'm so grateful you chose to spend this time with me. These conversations around food and body image can be deeply personal, and the fact that you showed up today, open and curious, means more than I can say. If today's episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Come connect with me on Instagram at Dr. Meredith McKenzie. Send me a message, share what stood out, or just say hi. If you're ready to take the next step toward food freedom and finally feel at home in your body, head to meredithmckenzie.ca/OBTL to learn more about the One Body to Love program. You'll find everything you need to begin healing your relationship with food with support every step of the way. If you're enjoying the show, one of the best ways to show support is by leaving a quick rating and review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you're listening. Your words help more women find this space and feel less alone. Until next time, be gentle with yourself. You deserve a life of peace with food and your body.